you've been given this ground in Shishukunj, platform in Shishukunj. Try to understand and make the most of it and grow within Shishukunj and learn from Shishukunj. Every individual has something to new from what you can learn. So from the outside of Shishukunj, they have seen poverty. These two individuals, a different aura, something about them that it just said, go out and do good. It's a driving force that, look, you're doing this for the Barco. Just give as much time as you can for that Barak to achieve and to prosper.
Namaste. Welcome to the next episode of Shishukunj Legacy Podcast. Today we have Kirtiben with us. Namaste, Kirtiben.
Namaste, Krishna.
Let's start with your first introduction to Shishukunj, Kalaniketan, back in Kenya. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. I was 12 years old and we were introduced in Shishukunj. There was obviously some connection with Raichanbai, Devchanbai now. So Jayababina brother who resided in Thika. And that connection was there. Hence, Thika, Shishukunj was started.
Okay, so you lived in Thika.
I lived in Thika.
Where is that in relation to Nairobi?
So it's 26 miles away from Nairobi.
Okay, so I guess the distance was from London to Oxford, let's say, about 26 miles.
Yes,
okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So when we had the Croydon Kendra, it really reminded me of
Okay.
Thika Kendra and the travelling time.
Okay,
yes.
So just Jaya Bhabi was Devchanbai's wife?
Yes.
Yes, and Raichanbai was her brother.
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
Okay.
And that connection made, because he was very passionate about Shishukunj.
Okay.
Kalaniketan at that time and that connection. And that actually made Thika Kendra start Thika Kendra was started.
And you said, how old were you?
12 years old.
12 years old. So quite late.
Yes,
if
it
we
was.
think about normally children start at the age of 6 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, and what then was your role? Because you were still a Barak, but you were a bit of an older Barak. What was your role then at Shishukunj, at Kalaniketan?
So my role initially was a Nayak. And then
Dastanayak?
Dastanayak. Okay. Soon after, there was a, if I may use the word, vigorous training given to some individuals in Thika Kendra to give us the training to make Thika Kendra be independent. So they made a few of us Talimi Karyakas at that stage.
Soon after you joined? Okay.
So I think it was around the age of 13.
Okay.
Or before. Yes, it was quite...
Like a fast
Yeah, it was
process.
a fast track.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
So the team from Nairobi, the Karyakas from Nairobi, used to come to Shishukunj, Thika Kendra, Kalaniketan every week for quite a long time to give us that training. They used to, obviously in the first few weeks, they used to run the activities and then we were told to observe the activities and gave us that training.
How many children, how many Barako were there at that time?
So there were about, if I correctly remember, about 80 barco.
80?
Yes.
When you opened the Kendra?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there was a quite good sankhya at that
Yeah,
time, and
goodness.
we had a good group of us, like in the age group of 12 to 13, and then and onwards were like 14 to 16-year-olds.
Okay.
So we all were really interested, and the energy given to us, we were really, really looking forward to take the activities forward. And the
Sorry, can I ask why?
because there was a difference of the activities we saw, which were given by Shishukunj, Kalaniketan, to if what we would have otherwise outside of Kalaniketan.
Okay. Okay. Such as?
To build our confidence, to give us the ground for cultural activities. And I would use the word confidence more, and to be a better person, and to give that back to the community.
Okay. And which karakas would come from Nairobi?
So there were Ramesh Pai, Prakash Pai, Vallabh Pai, Devchan Pai, and then a few Talimi karakas like Smita Ben Hatta, Kirit Pai Shah, a few of those names, Kirit Pai Gohil.
Okay. And would they all give talim in different types of things, or they were all specialist in different areas or skills? Some are good at music, some are good at games.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They used to give in the specialized fields like Kawayat, Hoi, music check, and the Ramat Gamat, how to handle those activities.
Okay. Fine.
And yes, so they used to use their skills and give us that training.
Okay. And what was Shishukunj like at that time for the barako? What sort of things would you do with the barako?
Do you mean the activities?
Activities, and generally how would the day begin? How would the day end?
So there was a Gujarati class as well.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was about 45 minutes devoted to Gujarati.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we used similar structure as we have here. Pratna, and then Samuramat, and then Guj Pravruti, then Kawayat, and then we every Sunday there was Bal Sabha.
Every Sunday. Wow, okay.
Every Sunday there was Bal Sabha, and that was a platform given to Barco to give an item.
Okay.
So I still use the simple language, give an item, because that's what it was known as.
Yeah.
And whatever the capability, and they were given, if a Badak was shy, and then somebody would stand with him and give courage to give that item. And so when Vallabh Bhai and Devchan Bhai used to come, initially they were regular coming from the start of Shishukunj. So in that time, one of them used to give an item. So
Either one?
either one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if it was Devchan Bhai, it would be a Balwarta.
Yeah.
And then if it was Vallabh Bhai, he used to give sing a Balgit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it was either or. So there, so those were the activities we used to perform, and then similarly we used to have a meeting at the end of the day, and the characters from Nairobi would sit down with us and go through what the day was and how it can be, what more can be achieved. And then they used to leave to go back to Nairobi.
Gosh, that sounds so similar.
It is
To
similar.
Gendra here.
Yes.
So similar in format, you know.
Yes.
Okay, and so when did you receive a talim then?
So
On the Sunday itself? Or were there
yes.
separate sessions?
It was on Sunday, and sometimes they used to come on Saturdays to give us talim.
Yeah.
But sometimes there used to be some time given to individuals, a few of us, and given talim while the others were involved in the activities.
And from what I understand, there were multiple centers in Nairobi running on that day as well, on the Sunday.
Yes.
And so how did these Karikor manage to find time to then come to Thika, which was slightly outside of Nairobi? And how long would it have taken them to travel there?
About 45 minutes in that time.
Yeah.
So they used to come in rotation to Nairobi. So 2 or 3 characters would come to Thika, whilst the others took care of the other centers, other kendras in Nairobi.
Okay, all right. And some of the stories we hear of Nairobi at that time, etc., Nairobi and the other centers, they'd always bring nasta with them.
Kachri batata.
They'd always bring kachri batata with them. Was that the nasta every week?
In Thika, it wasn't. Sometimes they used to bring kachri batata, and they used to make sure that nasto is one thing is provided at the end of the Kendra time.
Why? Everyone was going home. All the children were going home to have lunch or back to their families and so on. Why?
Koine bhuikhu nahi rehvanu. So from the outside of Shishukunj, they have seen poverty and they have seen families who have been poor, but they also have made sure that elokone enough every vyavastha thai jai to provide the bare necessities.
Okay.
And hence at Shishukunj, it was given Shishukunj. It was introduced ke apne nasto badane devano.
And it was always a hot meal.
It used to be, yes.
Okay.
And the way I understand is Shantaben, Devchandbhaina Ben, they used to get her involved in making the kachri batata.
Okay.
And then it was sent to all the kendras.
Right.
And obviously Thika Kendra being far away, but we used to have that privilege of having a few of the times to have that nasta with us. Yeah.
What year? Do you remember what year you started Shishukunj?
In Thika?
In Thika.
1973.
1973.
March 73.
Okay.
So I had about 18 months of knowing Vallabhbhai and Devchandbhai.
Okay. And in that time, what mark did they leave on you?
Oh.
What do you remember about that time with them?
These two individuals, there is something about them, a different aura. Though we were about 14 years of age when they passed, something about them that it just said, go out and do good. To me, I still visualize them, and I think it just gives me that energy to go forward and do most.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Okay. We'll come back to that a bit later. And then, so you were 14, 75, you were 14. Were you made a Garriga while you were at Thika?
So not that time.
Okay.
It was afterwards. We were, a few of us, we were made Karikas together, Thika Kendra and Nairobi.
Okay.
Together we were made Karikas of Shishukunj.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
So it was led by Amrit Bhai.
Yeah.
And I have this, it was known as Pratigna.
Pratigna.
Yeah.
So like a pledge or a
Pledge.
promise or...
Yes. And this was what it was given to us.
Okay.
And when we were graduated as Karikas.
It was a graduation, almost like a ceremony.
Yeah, it was done at the Makan. Nairobi nu Bhavan.
Yeah.
It is still known as Makan, and a group of us were given these.
Okay.
The graduation happened on the grounds of the Makan.
Okay. And is that something that happened for all people that became a Garriga?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It did. This was what it was given to
Okay.
a few of us in Nairobi.
And do you think that's something you still kind of live by as a Garriga of Shishukunj, even in London today?
Yes, it's grounded. It's instilled in me.
Right. Okay.
And I do still follow. I try and follow what has been given to us.
Okay. Now, as you obviously got older, now the Thika population is not very big anymore. It's big, but it's not in terms of it's not as big as Nairobi. And I know lots of my friends, for example, whose parents left Thika. Did you leave Thika at any point?
So I left Thika to go and do my A-levels in Nairobi.
Okay.
So that was in 1978.
Okay.
And a few of the other Karikas who were, so Talimi Karikas, who were older than me, had gone for further studies. So quite a few had come here to study.
To the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
And hence the workforce was not enough to run the activities. Though Shashibhai, who was in charge of the Kalaniketan Thika Kendra, tried his best with little workforce he had till I think it was 1978. And he tried to run the activities, but as such, the workforce was low.
Okay.
And then Kendra had to stop.
And all those, was there still a big Sankhya there?
The Sankhya had dropped.
Okay.
Had dropped significantly because of the way the activities were run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sankhya had fallen.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So it wasn't as if it was shutting still a kendra that was still big in terms
Yes.
of Barako. It's interesting. That's so, it's this similar situations have happened even in London, obviously. So it's interesting that that's mirrored in a similar way. And then did you come to the UK? When did you come to the UK then from Nairobi?
So I came to UK in 1982 after I got married.
Okay.
And though there was this urge or desire to get more involved in Shishukunj here, I was finding grounds to settle in UK. It was my first time to come to UK.
Okay.
And it was permanent.
So you'd never been before?
So I had never been to UK before.
Did you have family here?
Yes, a lot of family.
Okay, so it wasn't as if you were on your own. As in family outside of your in-laws' family?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we had. But just finding grounds to settle down, and it was not possible for me to give so much time to
Okay.
London Shishukunj. Though I used to go and attend the annual events like Shraddhanjali and then Ras Garbas if they had Diwali events, some of the Baldins. And I used to go and attend, but did not get involved in the day-to-day activities.
Did you miss it?
Yes, I
Wait,
did.
before, so you got married in early 80s, right?
Yes.
Were you involved in Shishukunj there, with Kalaniketan there, even after you got married there?
So it was about 9 months, and yes, not regularly, but I was involved in Nairobi. And then even they had a shibir in Thika after I got married, which I couldn't attend due to circumstances. But I had managed to find the place for the shibir to be held as per the request from
Oh,
Nairobi.
you found it?
Yes.
Your hometown as well. So okay.
Yeah. Because the Nairobi Shishukunj had difficulty in finding a location to have the shibir. So I was hoping that one of the days I would be attending. But unfortunately, the circumstances were such that I was not in Nairobi, so I could not attend.
Okay. But when you came here, you missed that connection.
Definitely. I missed
Okay.
the connection.
Okay, which is why you kept coming back to some of the events.
Yes.
And like interesting Shraddhanjali you'd attend.
Yeah, every year I used to. And obviously the Karakas from Nairobi who have settled here, they used to tell me that please do come, but then the circumstances were such that I could not get fully involved.
But now you're here all the time. How did that happen? I don't remember a time at Shishukunj when Kirtiben wasn't there.
As I said, the desire has been there since day one I've been in this country. And soon after Pranay started Shishukunj, that was the time, I think,
You rejoined.
I rejoined
Okay.
and gave my, I don't know, try and give my 100%.
Try and Kirtiben, I think we'll say that you always give more than 100%. Okay, so that...
and that's for the missed time.
to make up.
To make up.
That's why you never listen to us when we say, please don't, do less. Okay, good. So Pranay Bhai became a member as a child and you got back involved. As a parent or as a karika?
Initially, I gave a lot of time as a parent of Shishukunj, trying to understand the parental side or the Shipa side of Shishukunj. And I really got involved with that group of individuals who were really involved in Shishukunj. And it was a great experience to know such individuals. I would call them karakas of Shishukunj.
Even as parents?
As parents.
Okay,
Because
okay.
their commitment was so much. And so much they give time for the activities to run smoothly. And then slowly I did get involved with the karaka, with the Bal Pravruti, not taking on the activities, but just supporting the workforce with their needs in the background.
Okay. And any particular events that you had more of a role in?
So in the shibirs, obviously, I gave my time, I think, with the training or given guidance for the Nasto. I think Nasto
And the
is
Vastu
one
function,
of my passion and
feeding
strong
people.
point,
Yeah.
giving the teams advice and guiding them and helping them with the shopping and all that.
Where did that come from? Why? I mean, you've always been known as such a good cook. Where has that come from?
I think I still say Shishukunj
Really?
gave me the ground to grow and to learn how to make food.
You didn't learn that at home?
I did learn, but not a lot of it. And then even as I think all the moms get worried, ke, karse su.
Lagan kari. Yeah. Rotli nathi avarti. Yeah.
So even in Nairobi, we had the Shishukunj group of individuals who are still friends, as you all are. After the Sunday activities, we used to go to individuals' houses. Kendra activity pote, pachi ame koina ghare besine lunch laye, and then have individual get-togethers where we used to make food, and that's why. Because of Shishukunj, because of the groups, and then we used to all make food together and have a good time.
Yeah. And this, this concept of feeding people and making sure everyone is fed and well, does that kind of link back to the principle of Kalaniket there, that everyone has to have had a good meal?
Yes.
They have to have been fed.
Yes, definitely. And that's Pau.
Yeah.
Ke bada sarkarit na jami kare.
Okay.
Yeah, that's from Shishukunj, and it has. I visualize Wallapa and Devchanba in so many things I do, and carry that with me.
Yeah. That value will always, that principle stays with you. When did Pranay join?
96.
Okay. And how did he take part in? I mean, I remember around that time we did Urun Katola.
No,
as a big production.
Yes, because they were one of the new batches, so they were not involved.
Okay.
In the show.
I mean, Trishlaben would have been too young there anyway, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was young. Yeah.
Okay.
So they were not involved, but when I actually got so much involved in the Udon Katola, helping in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
In making the props and the backdrop, and yes, he stayed at the Shishukunj Bhavan.
Okay.
You were staying there.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
So every single day, or most of the days, after dropping the children school, then I used to go to the Bhavan.
Drop the children to school and go to the Bhavan. Okay.
Yeah, I used to prepare some like the chores at home, then go to the Bhavan, help in Dubai in making the curtains and the props.
Okay.
And then just before school finishes, I used to go home and collect the kids and then whatever their activities were and feed them, feed Mayor, just get everything right, and then go back to the Bhavan with so many individuals.
We all used to get together there.
Who had been obviously working daytime. So Ratna, Jain, then do the extra work which we had to finish, and then to help with the practices.
And the practices as well, which were on Sunday and weeknights.
Weeknights. The weeknights were just, the Bhavan was full of buzz with the practices happening.
And was that every day you did this?
Yes.
7 days a week?
Yes, it was.
For the whole, I don't know, I think we prepared for 6 months or something?
Yeah. It was a lot of time spent within Dubai. It was.
Okay.
In Dubai, and then there was Girish Bhai who was helping in Dubai. Yeah.
Let's talk about that then. Let's talk about the time you spent in Dubai. Was that the first time really you'd spent time with him, or had you met him before?
I had met him just when he had his birthday was celebrated here. Just a little bit of time with him. But this is the time I spent with him. First time.
And how was that?
I think I had learnt a lot from him at that time. Though the conversations were not so much, because so much time was given in making the props and making the curtains, because a lot of concentration goes in making, especially the backdrops.
The detail.
It was quite a lot of
yes.
But his word, or knowing him to be perfect, so perfection.
He was a perfectionist.
Perfectionist.
Okay.
It had to be. And though I used to help him, he used to tell me what to do, and then he used to, without even getting angry, just letting me know how
I
you
was
can
just going
improve.
to ask, if you made a mistake, would he ever get cross with you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But he would just guide me, okay, how you can improve, or he would make changes and then let me know, okay, this is the way to do it. So he was my teaching how to be perfect. And so,
and by this time, you were already a karaka, you were a wife, you were a mother, and you were still learning and being taught.
And this is what Shishukunj is about. Though we always say the barak has to be given the ground to grow and appreciate that. But the adult who is giving that time to the individual has got this ground to grow as well, and see where he or she can improve and give much more.
Okay.
Yes, a lot can be learned through that. Yes,
That's okay. Nice. Okay. And I mean, you give so much time to Shishukunj. This is really personal to me as well, as a woman myself, and working. You have children. Obviously, they're older now. You have responsibilities at home. How do you do this? How do you make time?
I think it just comes. I'm not sure whether I'm very good at organizational skills, whether I have achieved that. But Shishukunj is just one place I have grown up, and it's a driving force that, look, you're doing this for the Barco. Just give as much time as you can for that Barak to achieve and to prosper. And that's what drives me back to Shishukunj.
But all women have guilt, right? We all have guilt about giving time to one thing and therefore not being able to give time to other things. Do you ever feel like that? Like you've sacrificed anything for the time you give to Shishukunj?
I have never neglected, I can say, my family, my extended family. I've taken them in my first step. I always make sure everything is done for them. Though I can say Mayur has given me a lot of support in this. Though even though he had the shop, when Pranay Bhai and he started Shishukunj, and me giving so much time, he has given me a lot of support. Not saying one day, obviously, this is too much. So I think that matters. That really matters. So yes, to me, I think Shishukunj just drives me back to do so much, and I don't feel I have said to any other places can na home Shishukunj ma jao chuwa ya nahi aao. I think I've given a good balance in that way.
And how do you think your children have been impacted by that?
I think they both are characters of Shishukunj. Pranay Bhai has taken a role as a Kendra Nayak. Trishlaben has supported a lot in Croydon Kendra as a Nayab as well. And obviously everyone was sad that Croydon Kendra too. And she was very much passionate about it.
Yeah.
They have benefited. They have seen me, what I had been doing, how much time I have been given. And through observations, they have learnt so much of that, and they've carried that in their personal lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they both work with children themselves now. So.
Yes, and very passionate about children, recognizing about children with needs and all that.
Yeah.
And they always say, without Shishukunj, they even say what the difference they can see in their friends and themselves, what their growth is. So, yes.
Okay. Who would you say are your biggest inspirations at Shishukunj in your life at Shishukunj? Who has inspired you the most?
I think everyone in London so much as well, because it's just a different way of life. Every individual has something to new from what you can learn. And then there have been characters of Shishukunj from Nairobi, a lot of inspiration from them, because it's just not just give their values in Shishukunj. In the personal lives, families, they have provided support, and that's what Shishukunj is about, that you must carry your values, whatever is learnt in Shishukunj, to go outside of Shishukunj and apply those values. But I still think, though I was 12, 13 years old, and knowing Vallabhbhai and Devchan Bhai, there was something about them, just some aura around them that has left a mark within me. So even if I say 2nd of February, we were in school when we got the news, when the accident happened, and when we found out about them passing. That day was just, it's very difficult to even express what we felt. It was as if a part of you has left, and that has still stayed in. Every 2nd of February, I still remember them being, this incident or this tragedy has happened, and that day is just a sad day for every single 2nd of February. It's a sad day for us. That's my experience. Okay. So that aura, and Vallabhbhai, Devchan Bhai, I would say they are the inspiration to me.
Right. You have been a barak at Kendra, at Shishukunj. You've been a parent. You've been a karika. If you were to leave one message for the barak or for the parents, for the karika, what would that be?
To the barak, okay, you've been given this ground in Shishukunj, platform in Shishukunj. Try to understand and make the most of it, and grow within Shishukunj and learn from Shishukunj, and train to be a character of Shishukunj and give back To the parent, from my personal experience as well, that you have given your barak in Shishukunj, and they are a temporary ground in your house, and it's a growth in Shishukunj. Give them support for them to grow, and for the Karakas, the barak is with you in Shishukunj. Give them the platform and make sure the child is always benefiting from all the training given to them, and train them as to be the next Karaka of Shishukunj, and give them values of Shishukunj.
Okay. And final question, as we draw this to a close, in a very short sentence or a few words, what does Shishukunj ultimately mean for you?
I think Shishukunj to me is a platform for barak to grow and explore and give the utmost seva.
Thank you, Kirtiben. Namaste. It's been
Namaste.
a lovely conversation. Thank you.